That man badly need to be declared a person of particular concern. You understand? Even himself knows that if he does not know, that means there's a problem.
You shouldn't forget it's in Chippa United. They are rock bottom. They are about going to relegation. He didn't want to let him keep on a good attitude as a Chippa club. Perhaps Orlando Pirates, Mamelodi Sundowns, or anybody may come after him.
Was that handball appeal inside the 18-yard box of Gabon? Was it a penalty appeal?
You see, that's why you see the VAR team. That's why when the idea came by UEFA to come up with VAR, so many nations, few nations in Europe say they will not like to embrace it because of the delay it will cause and perhaps nuance it may cause in football, making the football and its fun, the inherent fun to be slower. But at the end of the day, the world football have accepted and embraced the VAR, looking so well that the VAR has already pinned out some certain hidden secret goals that are scored that have some foul play in it.
Yeah.
Now you see, there was even a contest between the goalkeeper and Victor Osimhen that the keeper crushed Osimhen's head. Before now, the VAR didn't call. If the VAR have called,
and I felt that was a penalty.
Yes, there would have been a controversy. Now the penalty as well, the VAR didn't call, but he called in the one that Osai Samuel held Aaron. So now the issue going around, just as Chima pointed out, say the referee is under pressure. I see that he's just like we're using emotions to rub this in. That's why I said the referee has performed as a professional, topmost professional. There was an argument between him and the VAR team. He's seen it from a perspective. VAR is seen it from his perspective. And don't forget, these referees and the VAR team, last time I went to stadium, the VAR team because there was a lecture that went to how VAR and referee, they can synergize to bring out real results. Yeah. But after even within the confines of the VAR, the referee have the final say because they are the one in the pitch. They see the actions and the reactions of our players does. Because sometimes the VAR may see a simulation and accept that simulation is a penalty. But before the VAR will see those simulations, the referee has already awarded the yellow card to the person that simulated. The VAR may just go ahead and check whatever thing. So the VAR did not call for 2 infringement at the 18-yard box. Mm-hmm. Check very well that Victor Osimhen's claw with the.
It was meant to be because
the guy did not even touch the ball. Yes, he punched his head directly. So, but the VAR did not call. He did not call for the handball, but he called for the pool. So, if the referee said no, I don't stand by your verdict. This way I see it. The VAR said this way I see it. They turn the camera in both ways. The referee see it from a particular perspective. I believe he has performed as a top-class professional in which he is. Because we watch football in Italy, we watch in England, France, leagues all over the world, in South Africa and everywhere. No matter how the VAR want to see it, there's a way the referee sees it. So if the referee should see it in a very, very particular perspective, different from the VAR, and decide to award it the way he feels best, then let the people in charge go and scrutinize the referee and ask him why did he perform like this. So if he performed in a dismal way, I believe there's a kind of punishment that goes after it. So but I believe, and I see reiterate again, that Tom Abongile performed in the best way possible for him. I wouldn't know why. He is the referee. He has not come out to say anything. But I believe as a professional referee, I said it earlier, before when he was appointed to officiate the match, there were so many things that came to the picture. A lot of controversies considering what Mackenzie said and all of that. But I believe he came in. I don't want to use anything like emotions. He has performed as a first-class level. He shows the reason why he was appointed for a playoff between Nigeria and Gabon. He just showed that class. Are you getting it? So I wouldn't know his rationale why he didn't award the penalty, but I go by what he has accepted. If he just went to the VAR stand, the screen, and as the VAR just showed him, he just said yes, he nodded his head and awarded the penalty. I wouldn't have seen it as any issue. But for him to be arguing with the referee for a long period of time, his countenance changed. He was arguing, was making them understand some things in which he was pointing out some things. So if he pointed it out and made them understand that from this angle, I don't see it right. He's the center referee. He owns the whistle and he has the final say of the game. So whatever he goes for is what I go for in that game.
Okay, Tom Abongile performed extremely well in this in his officiating within the match between Nigeria and Gabon. I'm hoping to see him at the World Cup. Kudos to you, Tom. Chima, the final stroke that broke the camel's arm, Victor Osimhen's miss in the 90th minute. of that regulation time. What will you say of that?
Before I go into that question, I want to add up 1 or 2 things.
Okay.
You see, VAR, before VAR, there have always been mistakes in the game. That is why it's called the beautiful game. The beautiful game might not be always
beautiful. Sometimes it might be ugly.
Whenever you lose a game, the beautiful game turns ugly game to you. But whenever you
win,
you will be so happy. Let me tell you something. Apart from match fixing most times, but referees, they are human. Let us be honest. They have people they support, and then they have sometimes they make mistakes even on the pitch. I have officiated games before severally.
And you made a lot of mistakes.
Not making a lot of mistakes. I'm telling you from the aspect of what I have done, and then I put myself in the shoe of these people. Being professional does not mean that you cannot make mistakes. You can't attach emotion to it. Emotion will come in. There's something that Iniesta said during the World Cup in South Africa, 2010 World Cup in the final. Iniesta said something. He said, despite playing for Barcelona, winning UEFA Champions League, winning games, and played in several top games all over the world, but at every single game, there's always a pressure that comes with that game. At every single match, there's always a pressure that comes with that game. No matter what you see, no matter what you feel, no matter who you are looking at people on the screen that they are big guys, they are professional, they are top guys, they are top class level. But if they tell you what they face in every game before they come into that game, you understand that being a professional as well does not mean that you are not human. As far as the way God has created all of us, we all also have blood that runs in our blood.
You must bow to put pressure sometimes.
Even a soldier, there are certain situations that a soldier will meet some certain situation. He might not handle it the way he's supposed to handle it. Now, what am I trying to say? VAR has never been the issue in football, but the people behind VAR is the issue. VAR does not decide anything. It's the people behind the VAR. So those people behind the VAR that make those decisions, they are still human. If you still put them on the pitch without VAR, they will still make the same mistake. So VAR is there to pick things that the referee did not see, to call back the situation. After calling back the situation, he's still left for the referee and the people behind the VAR to make. VAR have never come out and decide anything. It is the people behind the VAR. So if anybody is making claim that VAR is not good for football, no, VAR is very, very good for football, because that if VAR is not eating in football, there will still be mistake that you will think that if I didn't mean there was VAR now, maybe this thing will have been corrected. This football of a team can favor you today and it might not favor you tomorrow. So sometimes the referee will blow something to his own taste, hoping that this thing that is officiating is the best thing. But after the game, he can also see that this thing that I officiated was wrong, and he will apologize to himself that no, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. But it's not every mistake that you have to hold this. That is why I encourage when you are playing on the pitch, if you did not hear the whistle, you are not supposed to stop. That ball against Nigeria that Osimhen nodded the ball to the post, that ball was not a penalty, because one, the guy was on the ground already. The ball hit the guy on the leg before touching his hand. So that is what they call ball to hand in football. That ball to hand in that area, even in Premiership in Europe, you can see sometimes there's a situation where you be on the ground. Most especially when you are on the ground already, the ball touches your hand, referee can never in any way give that ball, because what are they expecting you to do on the ground? Are you going to tie your hands at the back to lie down?
The ball didn't come from, it wasn't on the ground.
He was on the ground.
It was when
the ball hit his body first before touching his hand.
But his hands were not in his natural position.
No, the guy was falling.
It was when he was bringing up his hand that the ball hit his hand.
If you are falling in the 18-yard ball, they cannot judge you if the ball touches your hand. But if you are standing or if you're on the ground, you release your hand to stop it. But this guy was like this. I want to see not dead, but the ball rebound on him. So I didn't even expect the Super Eagles to be protesting when the ball was not up. It was when Osimhen and I kicked that guy. That was when the free blow. If you are playing on the pitch, any scenario that happens, you are not supposed to stop the ball without the referee's whistle. You should play and put the ball inside that net, even if the referee is blowing offside, even if last man is placing the flag, and then you have not heard the whistle. Play that ball inside the net first, until let the referee revisit that situation and then call back the ball. So that is one. Then the ball you're talking about, Osimhen. Yeah. Osimhen is a world-class striker. And then if you are passionate about football, you know that you are not supposed to watch football like fans. A fan can wake up today, call you the GOAT, tomorrow he can call you the dog. That is how football. As an analyst, as a footballer, somebody who understands football very well, you should know that sometimes things like this
happens in football. I know.
Osimhen missing that ball. Osimhen was still the
on a very good day. Would have still
scored to this point against Benin Republic. He scored at it. We were not the one that played that ball for Osimhen. There are many goals Osimhen have scored that many people did not expect to score. There are many 50% of strikers in the world might not be able to score that.
Even the fourth goal that he scored,
even the fourth goal he scored, was difficult. So at that moment, Osimhen missing the goal. anybody that bash Osimhen, that the person does not understand, that the person is not grateful. Because these guys are human as well too. They are not perfect. But if a person has suffered for you, delivered you, given you his best, and then if he's making mistake at some point in time, I don't have any reason to, even if Nigeria have not won that game, I wouldn't have come here to blame Osimhen, because somebody who have done something severally, then at that point in time, also it's also human. That is his own time for you to also accept and then praise him, because we move, that is football. So missing that ball, yes, you should have just surrounded the goalkeeper and then tap the ball into the net. But then that is a learning process. I believe that him now by himself will have know that I made a very big mistake in this ball. Definitely next time, and then in that game he tried to still correct it by scoring 2 impossible goals. Look at the angles he scored those goals. From the first one he scored in the first half of extra time. Not every striker can coil their leg in that direction to hit that ball to the far corner. The second one, the energy, chesting the ball.
That ball control was next to none.
Facing about 2-3 defenders inside the 18-yard ball to the corner, and then bringing the ball back to the left hand, to the right hand side of the goalkeeper. That was a fantastic play. So definitely, why should I blame him?
Okay, how about Nigeria finally won 4-1? What's the advice to the Super Eagles and to the coach of the Super Eagles?
Yes, sometimes when I hear this word advice, I think
just an open advice.
I know. I think yes. I think, but every good team will grow by the day, because the more you win matches, the more you identify your flaws, the more you grow on your flaws, and the more you try to build a better and a greater team. Now, the average of age of the Super Eagles side now is about 27, 28 years.
The average,
right?
The
average, about 27, 28 years. I think the Super Eagles team should start scouting for players, formidable players that will start filling up positions that are aging out. The Benjamin Frederick is one of the best exports out of Nigerian soil for the past, let me say for the past 10 years. I stand to be corrected. See, his level of composure, his level of football awareness, his level of maturity is top notch, is first class. That guy has won virtually all the duels. In 5 consecutive Super Eagles matches, all the duels he had with opponents, he has won all of them. So we should ensure we look for ways to bring these guys that are applying their trade out there in Western world to come and start filling places, even though it's by fringe invitations. But another problem is this. Look at the match bonuses issues and a lot of things around it. Who get there, but it's part of the alignment. The match bonuses things and the life after football of the Nigerian players. It's another way again that you look at that will make a lot of players don't want to play for Nigerian Super Eagles. A lot of players, don't forget, a lot of players of this age out there, the Ulysses, the Ezes of Arsenal, a lot of them, the Alaba spoke about many flaws that made it not to play with the Super Eagles. So, my advice for the Super Eagles are numerous. But the thing is that let the Eric Chell-led side look for ways they can start inviting fringe players after the qualification of the Nations Cup and the World Cup. Let him play friendly matches. Let him improvise a lot of players and see among the 10, 15 players he's going to invite how we can make 4 quickly graduate into the national team and let there be more competition too in the goalkeeper area. Yeah. Let there be a competition in the goalkeeper area. Let him try a lot of goalkeepers. And Eric Chell, I want to give you one advice as well. Whenever you want to improvise players, you want to test players, don't be scared. Sometimes when you bench A and put the player you invited and the player did not perform, people want to blame you. It's football. But you must ensure that in your reign in Super Eagles, you actually brought players that are future of the Super Eagles. So when you leave, they will know that you are the person that actually paved way for this generation of players to come in. So far, so good. The players have really tried. Osimhen is top notch. The attacking forward, they are trying. Our goal scoring conversions.
It's beginning to increase.
Sporting Life yesterday morning, boldly written, Nigeria bank on Osimhen for goal scoring. I laugh at the paper. At the stadium there, I was showing my friend, look at this. It's not supposed to be so. You can't heap the entire problem of Nigeria as a nation, Super Eagles, on one person. No. That is why the conversion rate is supposed to be 10%. Then on Osimhen, it can be 20%. Why do I say so? If you heap it all on Osimhen, on a good day, it may be marked out.
Yes.
What if other players do not know how? Yeah, do not come to the... Now, if it had actually ended 2-1, Ejuke rise to the occasion,
Yes.
no doubt. Good assist from Benjamin Fredley,
from Didi.
Didi, and he converted it. Even though Osimhen didn't score yesterday, we would have won 2-1. So let other players come to the party. Let them show that they can actually score goals. So that on a good day, Osimhen did not rise to the occasion or the game did not actually come to his way, other people can as well score. So that to ease the pressure and the tension on him. Because I see the guy, Osimhen is only temperamental when he did not score a goal. And it shows a high level of patriotism from his side. He always want to score. He always want Nigeria to win. It's written all over his body. But he's passionate about it. But every player on the Super Eagles pitch, number 5, number 6, if they go to the various clubs, if they want to play a corner kick, they come out, they want to score goals. They want to score goals. The central defender, the right fullback, the left fullback, in their various clubs, they want to score. They want to make a mark. If they come to Super Eagles, that same morale they put in their club, that effort they put in their club, wanting to score goals and be on the score sheet, let it be translated into the Super Eagles. Let every Super Eagles player be that person that want to make a mark, that want to be on the score sheet, not Osimhen all the time. Osimhen, God bless you, is a very prolific striker. The 2 goals he scored, it shows how iconic he is. You see, when you want to know a classy striker, you see it by the goals he scored. You see the 2 goals, he narrowed it to the top down side of the corner.
And put
up that side corner. 2 goalkeepers sometimes may not be able to catch it. Sorry to use that exaggerated word. 2 goalkeepers sometimes may not get it because goalkeepers find it difficult to get balls that narrows to the far angle of the corner of the post. You understand? So he scored goals that he has practiced. He has practicalized on over and over. He didn't just shoot. He did what he was actually doing in training and what he has been doing in Europe. So he has scored classical goals, not a tapping goals. Osimhen don't score tapping goals. He scored classical goals. So he's a first-class striker, no doubt. Not in Africa, but in world football today. But the Super Eagles team to rise to the party and not leave the occasion for only Victor Osimhen. Because if we leave the occasion for Victor Osimhen, we are going to the World Cup where it's going to be against top-class defenders, top-class midfielders. The World Cup is not a fairy tale kind of a party. People don't play to the gallery there. So he's going to meet top guns defenders. So when he meet them, he's going to meet an heavy challenge. So on a good day that he's been checkmated, other players to come to the party because you see sometimes when a game is very, very thick, very, very strong, it's only one goal that opens the defense yash of the opponent. When one goal comes in, that goal can come in the 70th minute. At the end of the day, you see 4 goal thriller.
Yes.
But because before the 1 goal comes in, there have been a very strong, strong checkmating on the key player of the opposition team. But when 1 goal comes in from that same opposition team, you see the striker that have been held sway all this while will start scoring goals. So the Super Eagles, big up your game. Apart from Eric Chell formation given to you, the Super Eagles player in your match morale boosting discussions, boost yourself up. Always come outside knowing fully well that when you don the Super Eagles jersey, you are not coming out to play alone. You are shouldered with responsibility of making about 250 million Nigerians to be happy.
Anyway, you made mention of not the players, the top players playing in Europe. When they come to Nigeria, they don't transcend exactly what the way they play in their various club sites to the way they play in the Super Eagles. Maybe that there is a factor that is affecting that, but that's another story for another day. And Chima, what advice will you give to our Super Eagles?
Yeah, to add up to what he said, firstly, there's nothing wrong in having a superstar in a team. Before Osimhen, there have been great players.
But we are not depending only on one person.
Yeah, well, let me explain what I mean to you. Cristiano Ronaldo of this world came from Portugal. And in Portugal, anytime there's match, we all hope that Portugal is going to be delivered by Ronaldo. The Messis of this world from Argentina. But they have other players too. We have so many players like that, so many countries, so many, even in clubs. When Didier Drogba used to be Drogba, when Eto'o used to be Eto'o, their country depend on them. There's one good thing about having a superstar like Osimhen. Whenever there's a match, at least you are 20 to 30% ahead of your opponent. Because that fear factor already.
And most of the defenders will focus on it.
Most of the defenders will focus on. So now it's left for the other players.
There's a chance for other players to score.
So it's left of the other players now to know how to work. Osimhen developed himself to this level. Where are the other players that they started with? Under 17,
like
under 20, like Chukwueze, like Kale. Even before Osimhen, there are so many players under 17 that did not come through to this level.
Like Iheanacho?
Like now, yes, Iheanacho, Stan Yoko, money, there are many players like that. But unfortunately, they are nowhere to be found. So if Osimhen grow himself to this level, this is Africa where most times having a superstar that is well recognized over the world is very, very difficult in terms of they believe maybe age-wise, money-wise, maybe they believe that once they see money, they will not be. Osimhen has proven that even with money factor, even with coming from Africa, even with your age, everything, Osimhen has proven that all these things can be overruled in Africa. What matters is your self-determination. That is what matters. So as a Super Eagles team, there's nothing wrong if you depend on Osimhen as a star. But the issue there is that other players that are there, people like Aruko Dare, Tolu, Akko, Adams, like this educate has scored. Even midfielders, it will be Ndidi. As a team, midfielders score goals, centre back score goals, left full back score goals. Look at Nuno Mendes from Portugal. He's a wing back, he's a left full back, but he scores for PSG for this thing. So, I mean, age does not really matter. In Portugal, Ronaldo is 40, 41. Goalkeeper Ramos about 23 years.
But he has not really been
delivering. Even for PSG, he does not do well in PSG. They sign him to come out. Even Rafael Leao too. All these guys are younger players, but they bring them into the system to come out. If Ramos have been playing well, Ronaldo will be forced out of the team, even with the respect. But when you play this guy and they don't give the result, you will still depend on the main man, whether he is old or not. So in football this day, before age count, this time around now, age does no longer count in football. People like Luka Modric are playing good football now. People like most of these players now today, anywhere you can play to and you can give us results, there's no problem about it. Now, coming to the Super Eagles team, now we're talking about Frederick. Frederick, to be honest, that guy is a very wonderful player, very fantastic player, but that guy is not the only good talent that we can get in Nigeria.
Okay.
But do you know why that boy is there? It's because of Moses Simon.
I know.
That boy is there because that boy came from Moses Simon Academy, which his wife is in charge of the academy, Kaduna there. Traveling, he has played in some Nigerian League, Nassau on loan. He went to some 13 ABS or thereabout. Then before he traveled. With the influence of Moses Simon, they can invite Frederick because Frederick is very good. But not because he's good alone that brought him to that level, because he has somebody who can speak for him. Do you know how many thousands of players in Nigeria that are playing in Europe, playing in social players that they don't have anybody who can bring them in to the Super Eagles? That is what having connection does for you. So Nigeria at this point, we all know it is not, we don't sugarcoat things, we are not biased at this in this play. One thing you know that nepotism, favoritism is in the team, not only in Super Eagles, it's almost everywhere in the world. So if you don't know anybody or if you don't have a connection, it's hard except you play your way to the very top where you slightly get Olusegun that they invited. Where is he playing for? Have you ever watched his game before? But maybe probably he has somebody who has introduced him to the coach and said, no, this guy is good and we need him in the Super Eagles. He should come. Then they give him an invitation. You can be playing in somewhere. That Tamil that you mentioned about last podcast. Yes. The guy, if you want to check record, check for. He's not supposed to be in the Super Eagles about them. Yes, Alhassan Yusuf. Those guys play for in the Tanzania team and then US team. You invite them to Super Eagles. Are you telling me that even in Nigeria League they are no better players? Are you telling me that in Europe, then you can invite those players, but you brought Onyedika
and kept him on
the bench. Somebody who is playing Champions League. So sometimes you can see how this thing works because even inside church, there's favoritism there. People that sit in front of church, they will reserve seats for somebody that is still at home, dressing up to come to church because why? Maybe it's tight, it's fat, or maybe because they respect him in the church. Meanwhile, you that is nobody, you came to the church, they will tell you that this place is for somebody. So this is life. This is what we have been facing in life. So that is why everybody must fight to get to the top. In one way that your story behind the door does not matter. Everybody, okay, now the Super Eagles played, they won. Everybody is after them winning. If they have lost that game, they'll say sometimes people they fight for money when they talk to this and that. So anything you are doing in life, you must find a way to get to the top. Frederick today is there not because of his effort alone, even though his effort is number one, because we can clearly see that he's a very, very good player. But at the same time, there are many other younger players in Europe today. And then Frederick came through from a Nigerian rank. The way that guy is playing reminds me of so many young players in Nigeria, because that is how they play football. If you see young boys in Nigeria, if you go to Sam Jesse team, if you go to 36 Lion, if you go to so many of these teams in Lagos, in Nigeria, you see boys that are hungry, boys that want to kill them, that they will even tell, don't pay me money, just put me on the pitch, let me play. When you see guys that when they just see green grass like this, all their veins will rise up, they want to kill themselves on the pitch. These are the type of players who need in Super Eagles. But because at this level, there's no way you can overlook relationship. The coach can be in good time with some certain players, and certain players might not be good enough to be in the Super Bowl because of the relationship. They can be there because of someone. So that is life. Wherever you find yourself in this life, you have to take it up like that. So my advice for Erichie is that any amount of player that you invite, no matter how it is, always bring out the best from those guys, because out of the 2024 you have, there will still be the best that you are supposed to make use of. And then I feel like that same Onyedika, that guy deserves a chance in that school, because you can't be playing in the Champions League, playing in the Belgian League, performing on top of your game. Every game you are playing 90 minutes, performing well. Barcelona have sent scouts several times to go and watch this guy in Belgium play. Even in Champions League against Barca that they played 3-3 against Barca. This guy played in that match and played very, very well. I don't know why. When you call to the Super Eagles and
because of Ndidi.
Fine, if you cannot keep Ndidi on the bench, I'm not saying keep Ndidi, but let there be a space for the guy. 10-15 minutes in every game. So this guy will blend in, because there will be a time where we'll need a player like that in the national team. So if you're not giving him chance, then what is the motivation of him playing in the Euro? What is the motivation of him playing in the top club? So you can't motivate him by just keeping him on the bench, knowing well that this guy is a very, very good player. And out of all the midfielders we have been inviting, this is the only guy that fits into that defensive midfield position naturally without stress. So my advice for Erichie is that fine, I love his tactics, the way he organized his team, the sub good too, except that Onyedika is lacking that his space is lacking that midfield. So then they need to build Arokoda, and then you should try let the team play to Osimhen's strength. Anytime you are playing for Osimhen, not play. If you want to use Lookman, if you want to use Chukwueze, if you want to let there be a tactic, let us have a target, let us have tactics, somebody that we are playing with. Let the man know that, so that when we are watching the opponent is for, they will know that, man, this is the biggest threat that we need to deal with in this game. If not, we might keep on struggling, and then we have our biggest weapon on the pitch, not producing results for us.
Okay, Albert, your best player of that game?
My best player for that game, undoubtedly, is Benjamin Frederick. At his age, the guy is too much. At his age, because I so believe from my years I started watching football. Let me backtrack to primary school, because I'm a football lover. I was born and bred up in the project, though as a barrack boy in the street of Ajigule, Apapa, and all of that. We love football, where we used to sit down on the floor. And about 1997 Champions League, Richard Dortmund and Juventus, who went to Alaji. All those things are fresh in my memory. So it is rare, except in 2002 World Cup, I can now juxtapose Benjamin Frederick to somebody like Jose Victor Roque Jr. The Brazilian. He was very young, I think at the age of 19 then. But his level of football understanding, I call it football understanding, awareness,
and
maturity
in football.
It was top notch. So that's what I see somebody like Benjamin Frederick, the composure, the ball winning, all duel with his opponent. He has won all of them without his shirt or jersey being dirty. He win it. If he goes slide, he will dispossess you. He will get the ball. The way he build up, his build up play, he's not only a defender that wins ball. He can play. He make good passes. He takes the ball.
He takes the player on.
I don't have much to say about him, but my best player of that game is Benjamin. Everybody tried, but my best player of that game is Benjamin Frederick. I don't want to tell him, don't allow your present status to come up your head. Drop that any ego. You are going to places. You may not be playing the best of clubs now, but just be consistent. Keep pushing, keep doing it, keep improving. One of the best clubs in the world will come for you in less than 2 years.
And your worst player of that game?
I don't have any worst player. Everybody tried their very best, because it's football. Sometimes you may expect to perform at the very best. The game did not come the way you planned. So I don't have any worst player, except want to give them ratio by ratio. I don't have any worst player for that game.
Chima, your best player of that game?
My best player also will go to Frederick and Victor Osimhen.
Good.
One, why I will give it to Frederick is that, like he said, he had a fantastic game. His composure against Aubameyang, very experienced player. He outpaced him. He used his experience. He just played the game as if he was playing in secondary school football, and there. He did not just go to the ground. One thing I like about him is that you don't slide. And as a center back, you don't need to slide at every game.
And miss ball.
Miss ball. Then before, when you miss ball, you now
cause a penalty.
You pace, you run,
Encapsulate and target
your hand, shoulder to shoulder, until when you are sure that whenever I straight my leg, my leg goes. And then as a center back, you don't need to throw your leg. For that is one thing. So people don't know. As a center back, inside your 18-yard ball, always allow your attacker to make the move first before, because if you throw leg, maybe when you are throwing that is when your attacker wants to throw leg. As well, that is why I see big centre backs in Europe. They always want to watch inside the 18 and they don't want to throw leg easily. They want you to make the move, because standing on their ground and then following you will make them more, because you will be confused on how you want to
feed them.
That was exactly what Frederick did in that day. I saw all his runs, all his movement at that back, and complimenting him with Kabibasi was a fantastic play for. He did not even allow those attackers, even Buyanga also, there's a Gabon, honestly, they don't have, in fact, they don't even have, they won all those, man. It's not just as if he was defending, he's a ball carrier, he's a ball player. It has been long we had a defender that will, from defense line, carry the ball look up as a center back. If you have a very good ball playing center back, it makes the ball very much easier, because most of the time you might want to give your midfielder, the midfielder will be marked down, then there you can look up and see the attacker there. It will make it very, very easy, and it will make the goalkeeper too very easy for you as well, because when you are playing with your center back, you will not have an atom of fear that if I give him this ball now, he might not be able to continue. No, that is not with Fred. So Fred did amazingly well, and I believe if you have a good manager, like he said, you should get a very good club and not a place where his career will be time. Because when he went to Brentford or the under 20 team, the junior team also, he did you, and he was giving player of the year in Brentford. So in a club like that, before going to that to that Belgium team, so I feel like that guy have a very good future. If you can just
that's a bright future.
Yes, if you can calm himself, being discipline is going to go far. Osimhen too, not every player will miss that kind of goal and then come back to score those fantastic goals. Other players will have just fizzle out of that game, and then it's morale boosted on the fear of Osimhen inside the pitch. Osimhen, most times they say he's proud, is this and but I don't think so. At the inside the pitch, I've never seen like that. I see like somebody who wants result, who want to bring that result. Even when he's not scoring, he's present, he's fighting spirit, he's gingerly. It's a lot to do inside that pitch, which is very, very fantastic.
And your worst player of what game?
I don't have a worst player, but I feel like we need. There's a concern for me, because as I said before, that Nwabali need to be declared a person of particular concern. You understand? I mean, even himself knows that. If he does not know, that means there's a problem. Because I feel like from the very first minute in the first half, you are playing a game that you are. If it's 0-0, we are losing. Because there's one thing about football. If you are ahead, if the odds is high, against you. You understand me now? Definitely at that point in time, you know that if this ball enter penalty shootout, there's every possibility that this Gabonese will have advantage over us, because they have nothing to do. Nigeria is a bigger team there. So definitely all you needed to be to win that match in 90 minutes. Now you as a goalkeeper, I'm not seeing gingerly from the back. Even whenever you catch the ball, for what I'm expecting, you roll the ball to the center back to play. You're supposed to be putting there. Let's get the ball before you start doing that.
That's a stupid antics.
At the pool. But you have not scored the goal as a goalkeeper. A big nation like Nigeria playing the game against Gabon, a man that you know that we're not even supposed to be.
It was a must-win game.
Other countries, South Africa is resting like this, chilling in Santolino, chilling in other places, relaxing in the swimming pool, eating shawarma and this thing. Nigeria is on the street fighting whether they don't even know where they will go or not. You now, you're not even ashamed. You are there now holding the ball, delaying ball in first half. 10-15 minutes of the game. That was very, very unprofessional. I don't think maybe sometime, I feel like maybe sometime they need to be telling me about it, that these people, now 0-0, every family, maybe they tell us, now we never score, so that maybe you can remember that this score line is not favoring us at all. If you want to do that, let it be that one and then would be 4-1 to the one, then you can do that. So for me, that was the Nwabali and then Osai Samuel. I think they were low in my observation. Yes, in my rating.
Okay, to me, Benjamin Fredis was my man of the match, and Nwabali almost finished me with blood pressure. I almost lost my life because of Nwabali, but that's another story for another day. Now, okay.
Let me just throw a little icing on that Nwabali's case. No, just a little icing. You see, whatever thing that is worth doing is worth doing well. So when we come out here, we want to speak it the way it is, because we believe we have our career along the line. The thing did not go up the way it is. We'll find ourselves in another career. We want to do this our career in the very best way we can. You see, Nwabali is not up to 3 years in that national team. Yes, I keep saying it. Before Nwabali was born, Nigerians Green Eagles, before Super Eagles, we used to have goalkeepers.
What class goalkeepers?
And if I can count 20 goalkeepers from Peter Fregene, I don't want to go into that pistols. No. But you see, Nwabali is not up to 3 years as a Super Eagles first choice. And don't forget, the first choice goalkeeper is not yet cemented. Has he gone to any major tournament for Super Eagles?
No, only the Nations Cup that we came second.
Okay, good. Now, it was one or two mistakes. It's part of football that Maduka Okoye made. He now came into. Don't forget, when he came in, he was full of adrenaline, so effervescent. If he picks a ball, he initiates attack, game start going. I don't know what's going on now. That's why I say a team that does not have discipline, we have issues. He has a goalkeeper trainer.
He doesn't have.
He has a coach there, and they have been saying this is
his antics,
haphazard attitude over time. A team, this is about the third time he's doing it. Super Eagles will need a goal. He will get a ball
and be holding on
to the ball. You see, that's why I said a goalkeeper naturally in a football team is a natural leader. It does not require you putting on the captain armband, because from that, your box 18, you can enforce, you can boost everybody's morale to be the very best. He will be holding the ball. And you know that you need to win. Now, look at yesterday, the game against Gabon. If you notice very, very well, whenever they give a back pass to Nwabali,
he hold on to the ball.
No, the Gabonese players run after him.
Rush at him.
Yes, because they have known. Because it's not on that match they knew him. Those guys have watched football. They have been watching how he has been performing over time.
And Abomey almost scored.
Yes, now his attitude, he felt it's a normal thing. Is coming after him little by little. Just as, was it Chima you actually pointed out, that if he had made any mistake yesterday, it would have been a medium to pick him out of the Super Eagles. If he's not aware, let him be aware now. Super Eagles, forget that the fact that he's just meeting a set of players now, there is no cabal in Super Eagles. He would have left. Maybe his 6th match he played, he would have left when there was 6 cabals in the Super Eagles. So if he's enjoying his glory today, let him be disciplined and calm-headed. He shouldn't forget he's in Chippa United. They are rock bottom. They are about going to relegation. He didn't want to let him keep on a good attitude as a Super Eagles first choice. Perhaps Orlando Pirates, Mamelodi Sundowns, or anybody may come after him. Or even one of these countries, maybe lower league in Europe, can come after him. But he's putting on a bad attitude. But my anger still goes to the Super Eagles-led technical crew. Is Nwabali bigger than him? Bigger than them? He can't be bigger than them because they are seeing this thing and nobody is talking to him. Now, Nigeria is going to lock on against Congo. Let's see what happens. I don't know if somebody is talking to him. I don't know. But what we are seeing is that Nwabali is too egoistic. Nwabali feels Super Eagles is his birthright. It's not his birthright. We'll make him know it's not his birthright. Before he started manning the post, some of us that are still doing analysis punditry today, we've been in the game before him. You should know that one day you live there. You can't play Super Eagles more than 5 years from now. Nwabali, know it now. You can't play there more than 5 years because people are coming. You're about 28 years now. They're about.
That's what he said.
He's 28 years. That's what I know. 28 or 20.
That's what he said.
That's what I know. That is the age that he's declared in his passport. That's what. Let me say that is his age. You understand? So it's not going to be in the Super Eagles post for 5 years from now. So let him be of good character. Let him be like a mentor to people coming after him. You understand? So the issue of Nwabali, I believe the coach have the final say to him if they so feel he's performing in the best, because normally I know what is keeping him there on the pitch on that post. You know, they don't change a winning team. They don't change a goalkeeper. It is very rare to change a goalkeeper in the winning team. That's what is still keeping him. But Nwabali, be of a good character, be of a good morale, be of a good attitude, so that he can stay longer in the Super Eagles team. People, they wait for your mistake.
Let me add up something. Sorry, like
just say it.
You said, truly, there are two things. You see, Nwabali, one of the issues that I forgot to mention is very, very poor when it comes to area ball or 18-yard ball. Very poor in terms of calculation. I've noticed that thing in his game several. And most of these games we have been playing, I've never seen a play against Nigeria where they're coiling a ball and nobody sees it. So all these things, just all this football anti. But even against Ivory Coast in the Nations Cup final, if you watch the goal they scored against Nigeria, inside this is
inside the Nigerian goal.
But the 2 goals, the one Ola scored, the one Messi they scored inside our 18-yard ball, and those are territory of a very good goalkeeper where you can easily use your shout and your elbow
and punch out the ball
to come out and punch out those balls. So most of the times it's very, very slow. Why they started playing more balls? Because they feel like one, they have size in the post.
They forget to know that he's a clown.
He grew up from Nigeria. He came from Nigerians. coming from that Nigerian league, so he began to see there when he kept for cheaper United. By that time, all those are paid and all those other keepers they were messing up. When they brought him in, all those the was pulling up and there, coming, leaving his life to come and clear ball. But when you have those kind of and you enter the team, there's always room for improvement. Osimhen today is not the same Osimhen of 2-3 years. Everybody's improving. So, but now it's not improving. Secondly, there's Kaba in the team, just like the Kaba might not be up to now. Even himself, one of the there's no Kaba. There's Kaba. So
He must be the smallest.
you understand? So maybe it's one of the Kaba. Maybe because you go to the assistant coaching, the official, those that are backing him up.
I'm looking at Mwabel as a Kaba. I'm on the
Then
Kaba.
Troy said something in one of his interview when they asked him about Nabal. He said he's not complaining that Osimhen Nabal is doing that. He's doing it for the winning for the team to win all of that. That is what he can say now. You don't know what the man might be faced to. Maybe sometime I want to change. Look at that game against Gabon. They almost change him.
Yeah. They said you can continue.
He knows that
in Europe,
if
they
he come
will
out,
change you.
He knows that once he comes out,
He will not keep it in.
If enter there, I mean probably that man saying that the next match, now might be where might start the game and from there might begin to lose his share. So, but Mwabali, of course, one day he might begin to do this. One day now he will fuck up. Yeah, the fucking up, but one day they will remember him as a super goalkeeper, and then Matt Kokore will come in at the end. Because for me, Matt Kokore is still the number one goalkeeper that me I feel
I
like
think he should
the
be
best goalkeeper in that place.